So the other day I made a delicious slow cooker chili, and I have leftovers. So what I'm going to do is use leftovers to make stovetop chili cheese enchiladas. This is gonna be good. So to make these enchiladas, I'm going to start by prepping the corn tortillas. Here I have rendered fat from my crock-pot chili that I reserved, and all I did was skimmed off all of that rendered fat from the crock-pot chili. By the way, I will link the recipe video below, and if you don't have crock-pot chili, you could use a can of chili or any chili that you have left over. What I'm doing here is going to pass the corn tortillas, warm them through. I'm not going to fry them until they are crispy. Really what you're doing is making these softened, pliable, and when you go to roll the enchiladas, it keeps its texture. And this is also another step that you want to do. It prevents the corn tortilla from turning to mush when you go to add your sauce or chili on top. This is pretty much heated through and done, so I'm going to place it on my baking sheet and then repeat the process for the rest of my tortillas. I also want to mention that I'm using a low heat setting. If you do it anything higher than a medium-low setting, it'll start to burn, smoke, and kind of get out of control, especially when I'm using rendered fat from meat. It doesn't really have a high smoke point. Okay, so I want to show you, this is my leftover chili, and this will be enough to top these stovetop enchiladas. There's the fat that I removed from the remainder of that broth that settled to the bottom. That's all going to be the sauce. So my tortillas are done, and in the same pan, I'm going to add the chili. And I'm just going to add everything and heat it through and bring it to a gentle simmer to make sure that it's heated through. So for those of you that follow me or are my regulars, you know I have to have enchiladas once a week, and this is the enchiladas I chose to make with leftover chili. So for the filling, I'm using Colby Jack cheese that I just cut into slices and some diced onion, and I did shred some of the cheese for the topping. So it's time to put these together. I'm going to take my corn tortilla, onion, 2 slices of the Colby Jack cheese, and give it a tight roll. I recently did another stovetop enchiladas recipe video for doing creamy chicken chipotle enchiladas. I will link that somewhere at the top of this video or in the description below. Those are also a very easy and delicious version of stovetop enchiladas, and I suggest you try it. By the way, you could definitely use the cheese of your choice, and if you don't like onion, then omit that, but I love cheese and onion. So does my family, so that's what I'm going with today. Okay, so these are all rolled. I have 10, which will fit perfectly in this pan, and my chili has heated through. It's gently simmering, and what I'm going to do now is remove most of it and just place it in a cup because I'm going to pour it on top. I'm also going to lower the heat on the pan because this is going to cook at a low heat, and I'm going to place all of my rolled enchiladas right into the pan. Now you definitely can put these in a baking dish and just melt the cheese on top in the oven, but I kind of wanted to avoid my oven today, so the stovetop version of this really is convenient when you don't want to cook in your oven. And essentially all I'm going to do is pour this chili on top and let it simmer and cook until the cheese is melted, and it doesn't take that long. So I'm going to pour this all over the top, and you want to make sure that you kind of spread it around and coat all of your rolled enchiladas. And then I'm going to top with a little bit of shredded cheese. In all, I used about somewhere between 8 to 12 ounces of Colby Jack cheese for this recipe. But cheesiness is up to you. Cover with a lid, and then I'm going to gently simmer until it's all melty, just like this. And these are done. So you can serve with sides. Today, just the enchiladas and a side salad. And look at this, melty, delicious stovetop cheese enchiladas. So good and so easy to make. I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.